This is how I healed my bile reflux. So I got gastritis last year in July 2024. I was prescribed a PPI, a proton pump inhibitor, so I wouldn't produce as much stomach acid so that my stomach could heal. I did eventually heal my gastritis in about 3 months following a low acidic whole foods diet, but I eventually ended up getting really bad chest pain and worse reflux than I did when I first had gastritis. So after healing my gastritis, I was still constantly dealing with chest pain and acid reflux. I couldn't digest my food really well. I would still get really bloated after I ate my meals. After doing a lot of research, I came to find out that all these stomach problems that I now had and chest pain was not from my gastritis, but it was because of this PPI. When I got my second endoscopy, it showed that I still had some mild irritation because the endoscopy showed I had bile in my stomach, which I didn't have in my first endoscopy. So I did a lot of research, as I always do, and I really wanted to get to the root cause of why there was bile in my stomach, because my doctors, as most other doctors do, they don't really tell you how to fix the problem or treat the problem. They just give you a PPI or up your dose of your PPI, thinking that's going to help, but it actually has been making things worse. So when I had gastritis, I was on 40 milligrams PPI, and I slowly started to wean off from 40 milligrams to 20 milligrams. And when I started doing that, I noticed a lot of my chest pain and acid reflux and bloating and stomach pain started to go away. And it was so weird because you would think that upping your dose of a PPI would make your chest pain go away and your acid reflux, but no, it was like the higher my dose was, the more reflux and the more acid reflux I had. Again, once I started going from 40 milligrams to 20 milligrams, I didn't have as much chest pain, I didn't have as much acid reflux, I could eat a lot more food. And then whenever I started going from 20 milligrams to 10 milligrams, again, I could eat a lot more food, I didn't have as much chest pain or acid reflux, and so I was starting to see that all my problems were coming from this PPI.